Aha! Alright, this is going to be an update to the Kahr problem with the spring. You see here, see where this looks like it's belled out here? This was caused by, you see the shiny part right down in there. That's actually the ends of those unclosed coil springs down there. And what they want to do, since they're open-ended, they're not closed off, they want to protrude through the hole here. And the spring end and the guide rod can't both fit through that hole and the gun still run right. And so what you see here is just barely, it's just trying to get up in there. And it's got that guide rod pushed up just a little bit. And so repeated times of firing this thing with those springs trying to escape down there, or not necessarily down there, it could have been all the way around, because it just depends on how they were indexed at the time. But that has caused that guide rod, as it punched the back of this part of the slide, to when it would fire, it would hit this, and it's caused this belling here. And it's all because the springs are trying to slip past it. This is a bad design. I have seen this design in a number of gun makers out there where they run these uncaptured coil springs, and I, for the life of me, cannot figure out why they do it. It is just simply a bad idea. Why would they do it? It's so easy and so simple to just go ahead and capture that out, and just be done with it. But instead, I don't know if is it for money? Are they trying to save money by doing that? I can't imagine that the money saved would be worth putting out that subpar of a product. So what I'm going to do here is show you guys in this video exactly what I'm talking about. Right here, your recoil springs. There's two of them. Then there's another issue. Why in the world would you put two springs riding one inside of the other with no sheath in between or anything? Whenever those coils rub against each other, that makes the gun run rougher. It makes it harder to cock and rack. So anyways, here we go. See these ends down here? These ends are captured. They're not captured. They're closed. Let's get us focused in here. Those ends are closed off. These ends are not. Now, per Kahr's spec, they say that the unclosed ends go towards the muzzle. And you would think, well, if you just switch them around, that'll solve the problem, right? Well, if you switch them around, what the problem there is that where this rides down in here in your frame, there's nothing to hold it here, so the spring will slip over the end of your guide rod here and get back here in your trigger mechanism, or just stop letting the gun function properly or seize it up entirely. So you put it on the right way, and first of all, you've got to really work to keep it. Look, that's just trying to put the thing together. See how it wants to automatically poke right? The things just want to protrude. Maybe I got it this time. Nope, there we go. See, that's what happens. It wants to protrude. So you have to work and to get that index just right where it doesn't want to protrude. But then you can see in there, you can see that spring. And so whenever this gun is fired, it'll unlock And I can't do it here by hand. Let me get it on the slide. Whenever the gun fires, it will unlock. That's like a anticlimactic there, isn't it? Hold on, let me. Well, see, that's what the problem is. See that spring in there? That spring is keeping me from being able to rack the gun. I'm pulling back hard on that, and it won't allow it to be racked. There, I push that in, and I should be able to rack it after that's gotten pushed in. Do you see it? Let me see here. I'm manually focusing everything just so I can have a little control over what it's looking at. So please forgive me. I press that down in there, and that's still seized up in there. There. Now it's out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and put my takedown pin back in place here. Alright. There we go. So now it's out of the way, but as this thing fires and those things move around in there, they get into a position that gets that bound up. When you shoot the gun, it's gonna push on through, and that's what's caused that. I initially thought, in my other video, I thought that maybe the owner had, because of it getting bound up and the spring protruding, I thought maybe the owner had to really bash the slide and everything to get it apart, and he said it came right apart. And I believe him, you know, it wasn't, so that made me rethink things, and I looked at it more, and that's what I've come up with. So anyways, Taurus, Kahr, any of you other guys, companies that are putting out crap like this with a subpar design that could possibly end someone's ability to protect themselves. You guys that are putting out stuff like this, you need to get your poop in a group, guys. This is unacceptable. I just, it's beyond me.